Choose fighting with security at the high road, ruining your night. Choose antagonising disabled queue jumpers at theme parks. Choose gimping around in the gym. Choose keeping it high. Choose punishment bummings. Choose battering 13-year-olds and their dads for chucking golf balls at you. Choose working security at Tea in the Park and robbing the punters. Choose asking a Welsh dwarf for a line. Choose triggering Instagram mums. Choose booting yappy dogs in the ribs. Choose taking an edible and doing the gay Gordons. Choose Leather Podcast. Sorry, I put my phone down.
Aye, so put your phone down, Mr. Cooper. Nice t-shirt.
Thanks. Repping the merch. Oh, there.
Where
Go get the merch, bruv. Get the merch
shamelessly plug.
in the link in the bio. Go there. Get a Leather Podcast t-shirt.
Any colour?
There's what colours is there, Craig?
You done last time. You can get any colour. It's black for the t-shirt. And
Any
then
colour.
you can get black in the hoodie and Air Force blue in the hoodie.
There you go. So
Black
it's not
or
any
blue?
colour. Not
There you
any
go.
colour. Not any colour.
Any colour so long as it's black or blue.
Aye. It's limited. Can't you just be having endless stock?
Aye, you're right.
That's what about a red one in that.
Aye, that's no leathered.
No. What's happening? What have you been up to? Going to the gym and that?
Aye, we've been training really hard. Just back for sparring, haven't we?
Aye.
Good session.
Aye and no. I do this all the time. Peaks and troughs, eh? Training with this group of people's hard. It is hard. And some days...
They're all hungry, aren't they?
Aye. And they all want to do what they want to do. And it's been quite hard for me being like that. Like
You need to be selfish, don't you?
You do. And that's
It's
tough.
like, what's my game plan going to be? Because you're obviously fighting in, what, 7 weeks?
6, I think
6
it
weeks
is,
now.
aye. Mhm.
So you've got your opponent and you're going to have specific drills and things that you're going to do what work for you.
I have my training goals. So at the start of each session, I say to myself, so I'm driving up and I go, what are my training goals? And I always have 3 session goals. Can I hit these 3 session goals? And if I do, I'm over. Now, you can have an overall not great session, but if I hit these 3 training goals and I'm like, well, that was good.
That's smart.
And that's how I make what sometimes feels like I've always been open about this. I have never enjoyed sparring. Never liked it.
Even
Never.
now?
Even now. I like it more now.
Yep.
I'm enjoying it more than I've ever enjoyed it, but I've never liked it.
What day was it you were in? It was tough. It was
Monday
rough.
night.
Was that Monday night? And we're all shouting. Was it? No. We were all shouting like, fucking come on, Ross.
Oh, the Friday morning
Was
session.
that Friday
It was a
morning?
Friday morning
Aye.
and I had come in for work.
I know.
And again, none of this is an excuse because there's loads of guys who've got a job and they've got to come into the gym and they've got to spar. So I'm no sitting there going, oh, I had to go
But
to work last night.
it's a good, everybody's willing you to do.
Absolutely,
Everybody's like,
because they
"Fucking
want to
love."
see you do well. They want to see you. They want to see you succeed, and that's how you know that people. If they didn't give a fuck about you, they wouldn't say anything.
No.
They would just, oh well,
Aye.
okay, aye.
Everybody
Guy's
wants
getting pieced up,
everybody-
no moving his feet. He's probably going to get KO'd. Oh well,
Everybody wants
It's-
you to do well.
and that's it. But what about you? I was thinking about this morning. The additional time, is it frustrating? Is it got you fed up? Does it make, because
At the time,
the textbook thing to say would be, oh great, more time to prepare.
that's
But
exactly
you were ready. You were prepared.
I was
You were
prepared.
ready.
But
the trigger was ready to be pulled.
I've
Eh?
only got better through the last, what we've done 2 weeks. Last week was about getting acclimatised back to the UK time zone. But I do feel I'm fitter, I'm stronger. And this game plans that we're still trying to implement when we're in sparring and in wrestling and in boxing sparring, I'm implementing them so much better. So the game plan's getting better.
And
So
you
4 weeks is just only making me better.
and you had additional sessions. Like again, you got to watch what you did. I don't want to give away too much, but and with Premier again this morning, I saw you going over something that you're.
So, in with Premier this morning, in with him yesterday, I just feel like doing more is better. So I'm getting fitter. My body is dealing with the adaptations of the more I do, the better I get. So I become accustomed to it. So yesterday was a rough day for me because I fucked up. So in the morning, come in, done an hour with pads with Primmy, and then done an hour of wrestling, which is our toughest session.
That was an
Toughest session. So that was 2 hours in the morning, and then go home, refuel, have a nap, and then went out and done my sprints. So it was like 20, 15 minutes. So sorry,
assault bike.
15 minutes on, 45 seconds off, 10 times, have a rest for 5 minutes, and then do another 10 times. So it's on this sprint treadmill. So I'm sprinting, and I'm trying to hit between.
Is that self-propelled? Aye.
No, I've got to power it. I've got to power it myself. So the first 15, I was like, right, I'd set my goal of being between 27 and 30 kilometres an hour, and I was fucking hauling ass, man. And then I was like, I could feel myself starting to, like, as I came into the last 2 or 3, I felt like it dropping for that 30, 29, 28.
Do you get pukey? Do you get like...
No, but coffee, I get very... really, like I'm carrying a wee bit of like congestion in my nose. So it was tough. And then I was like, right, that's me done. And then I had to go and do a hawker event again. So, like...
How was that?
I had to go and run
right.
I had to go and run 5K. Well, I didn't have to go and run 5K, but after doing...
It's not like you were going to go and not run it, though.
Aye.
That's the problem with you, eh? Like,
so after the sprints, I then jumped in the sauna for 30 minutes because we're doing heat acclimation because we're fighting Atlanta. We're going to have to make sure that we're accustomed to the heat.
Is it a more tropical?
It's a wetter heat, but it's still very humid. It's,
tropical was the wrong word there, eh? Humid.
But it's, So
less time zone difference, though.
Yep, it's only a few hours.
Which is nice. Nicer.
So then I went and done that run. And then it was like, so Nico's there and Gowser, and I'm like, we'll just go a wee...
How was Nico?
So he was telling me about his stag do.
Because he was away, eh?
So it was a stag do. It was good catching up with him. And he was telling us that the guys had dressed him up as a stewardess for the plane.
That's quite a good one.
Looked beautiful, by the way. I've put a dent in Moss. So and then they had him going up and down lifting. He's
a handsome lad, is he?
Lifting everybody's stuff. So he was cleaning up for them. But the guys were telling me there were 15 of them in at the airport, and it's the classic. They go to the, like, as if you were like the bar and ordered food. So they're all ordered food, and the guys kept coming over to him. Did they order the croissant and the coffee? Just here. They ended up taking everybody's food. Everybody was fucking raging with them. Are you going to say anything? 15 boys on a stag do. Why not? There's Nico Carrillo.
But who's probably, you tend to find this with these type of guys. They're the ones going, hey lads, come on.
They ended up taking everybody's food. They get on the plane, and one of the boys was behind them. They took their fucking wife's croissant and orange juice.
I used to do that.
Right here.
At a Chinese restaurant, I'd walk in and just go like, can I get a portion of chips and curry sauce? And then they'd come out and be like, order number, and I'd be like, that's me, bud.
Whatever it was, roll the dice. But it was good catching up with him. So I did the run, then come home, and last night I was fucked. I was like, I think I might need a wee day off tomorrow.
And then you were in early doors this morning.
And it's that thing, I think I might need a wee day off. Went to bed, woke up and went, we're in at 10, let's go. Was in at 10, pads with Primmy, and then done 10 sparring rounds with the boys. So it was two of the same partner. Stuff, brilliant. Working on all the stuff that we've been drilling with Primmy. Everything's just kind of clicking into place so much more than it
There's a shot you hit me with a day that I've imagined myself. That has been one of my training goals for a while now, and it's no coming. It's not.
What one was it? Was it the one that
upper to the body?
Aye, it was a beautiful.
That step off and upper to the body, and it went as well as it probably could have. Right. And see, when it landed, I was just like, oh. Dick. Do you know what's worse as well? Like, it hit me, and I was like, that was quite bad. And then it did that like delayed, like, oh, right, stand back up. No yet. Keep going.
So there's a few things we're working on, and I'm feeling good. And I guess that's
you're still positive. It would be easy to go to just fuck.
I feel sorry for myself, but no, I'm feeling good
because you've got every right to. Right. Like, you could just go, that's no fair, and why? But there's no point. Aye. It's happening when it's happening.
4 weeks up the training. Feeling good.
Aye, and the weather's nice here, which is nice for a change. Well,
it's 7 ups and downs, man. It's a bit shit.
I love training when the weather's nice, though. See, coming out the gym and it's just sunny. Right. How much better is that? It's it's good.
I seen, was there a wee sort of like barbecue cookout thing going on at higher level?
There was on Saturday. So this was not James. James Doolan had no fucking. He didn't want to have anything to do with this. It's James's wife, and they run like a barbecue just for all the people to come, and it was nice. Fighters were all there with their kids.
Not me, I couldn't make it.
So it was nice, and there was like a big inflatable, so all the kids are playing on it, and it was only a matter of time before the fighters get involved in it.
The adults are going to have to get on there, eh?
Boys in the t-shirts, let's go. Kieran Reid was on the barbecues. So I came in, so the class...
Danny Gray as well, was he?
Danny Gray was there, so I think the class was for like 10 till 12, so it's like an hour of jiu-jitsu and then an hour of rolling, so I came in just about 12:30. Boys are still trying to set up the barbecue. And Mark, Ewan, and James's wife are trying to set
Still
up
at the back now.
Aye, trying to set up. That's going to lie there for weeks.
No,
It's just going to rust. So they're setting up the like gazebo kind of thing to put it underneath it. It was just nobody had set anything up.
oh, I wish I had come.
It was great. But all the like, so a few of the women who train in there and a few of the guys, more the women, had done like a bake-off.
Oh, really?
So they had all brought in different stuff. And
That's quality.
no, if you're in a fight camp, it's no.
Ah,
So I'm just looking. And Chris Morris's missus, she works in a bakery.
Does she?
She works in a bakery on, I want to say, this side Edinburgh. Give me some names of places.
I used to be a baker. There wasn't enough doing it.
Hey.
That one. You can use that one. Take that one with you.
So she works in a
I don't
bakery,
know.
so
Greg's?
she made these, she made some, like a wee artisan bakery. She made some really, really nice cookies.
Oh,
They
lovely.
were
She
deadly.
cooks quite a bit. Like I saw her doing all his meals and stuff for him for that last fight camp. Oh, fucking tremendous.
Aye, so
Great food she makes.
it was, the cookies were all like delicious. My daughter had one and I was watching her eat it and I was like, you going to eat all of that? And she's like, aye. And I hadn't eaten anything. I had a burger and I had a hot dog. I was like, you want me hot dog for you?
I spoke to Lee and told him about my weight, and he said, you need to eat much more.
I see you've got a wee milkshake here.
It's a Huel. Well, let me.
It's got a fair amount of calories in it, innit?
No, Huel, they're decent as well.
Aye. What's the
See?
calorie count on them? Because they're really high.
It's low sugar, which is nice.
Aye, but it's a full meal.
Aye. Let me have a wee look.
I want to
here
say
for
something. I'm
you.
going to say 600.
I'm so disabled. How can I not see this? You take that.
Calories per bottle is 400 calories.
Half a pizza.
What would you
why-
rather have?
Half a pizza. Oh, dear. To be fair, I get a bit unwell with too
Some
much.
of that Moorish crack. It's a bit Moorish.
Anyway, but aye.
Well,
So
you-
aye, that was our weekend.
Aye. I seen as well, Ross. There was a guy at Liquid Rooms that you had on your story. Maybe enjoyed himself too much.
So he's a repeat offender, that young man. That's the cat, mate. Just fucks them up. And he come from Ballingery as well. So
Where's Ballingery?
it's in Fife. It's an absolute dive of a place. And one of my best friends in the world, he's from there. I've spent far too many days
Nights
in
in
my life.
Ballingery.
Not
It's
even
a
night,
belter,
just
innit?
days, just going about. It's like an old mining village that just, if you were to drive up through there, you'd be like, oh, is this area abandoned? I'm no joking, it's minging. Eh?
Is that bad?
It's really bad, mate. But as you could tell, he was saying Ballingery on top non-stop. That's like the old, which fits in with any town in Fife, like Logelly on top non-stop. But they don't say, this is it, it's not Lochgelly, it's Logelly. Or like Ballingery, it's not Ballingery, it's Ballingery. Like they just condense it,
two
just
words.
manch it all together. Aye, weird group of guys. But
We also
Harmless.
dropping thingy this weekend as well. This Friday. Am I right in saying the weight cut video part 1?
Tonight. So by the
Tonight?
time this episode's out, it'll already be out.
already be
And then
out.
if you're watching live right now,
great video.
Tonight.
Tonight.
I enjoyed it. What was your favourite bit of that?
I liked a few bits. I liked when me and you were in shop because
That
it
was
shows it's like what we go to America for. We go and we get stuff for the kids.
We're normal people, as well. Like, you forget. So, you done an interview with a wee man yesterday, wee Sonny, in the
Aye.
gym. How cool was that, man? Just a wee guy, like, talking to all the fighters. Did you see it?
So there was a wee boy that came into the gym. He
Mum.
was with his mum, who used to be a MMA fighter for higher level. I think she's trying to get back into it.
And he's got a school project, and it's to do anything he wants, and he loves Lego ninjas. So a wee shout out to Sonny, who came in and done a great job
And he was
interviewing
asking
all the guys.
he was asking the fighters like about being a ninja.
Aye.
So it's kind of cool, innit? And his wee Ninjago outfit.
He did. He was a very nice wee guy, and stuff like that is probably all the nice things we get to do. That's the best one.
Aye.
I did see him actually. Jim Old.
Shared it. Aye.
Mm-hmm. Lovely wee guy.
I just put him in a headlock and punched him. What's your favourite move, headlock?
He wasn't afraid to. He just wasn't. He just went for it though. Like, show me your favourite ninja move. Why are you here? Why'd you come here? I was like, oh yeah.
I like the one where he asked Jimmy how he became a sensei.
What a great answer as well.
He's
If you
like,
hang
I've just
about
hung
long
about
enough,
long
it
enough.
just happens.
I just got the role, aye.
Aye, just at some point, everybody just goes, "What do you think, James?" I don't know. It's quite an interesting. He did ask good questions. I thought they were good. But aye,
Whipped out the nunchucks as well.
I saw that. And then let the wee man have a go. Take them to school and clatter something.
my favourite bits in the it's not just the weight cut. Obviously, it's that whole kind of fight week kind of period.
Bits that nobody gets to see.
But my favourite bits are just like your interactions with Lee. Like, see when you're cutting weight.
The eye roll's hilarious.
When like he hands you your espresso but tells you can't drink it yet, he needs to weigh it, or he's forgot to put the patch on after you put your sweatsuit on.
And I'm standing there like,
and you actually look like
in your ear.
you want to batter him.
See what that
Lee takes a lot of shit for me. I love the guy. Like, he's so important to the process. Like, he's a massive part of the team. I'm glad I've got him in it. But see, because he's the guy who's ultimately doing this to me, it's nobody else. He's the guy that's taking the shit for me.
It's
so he's
like you've got a manager at work who you didn't like, but he's all right. Do you know what I mean? Because he's...
See when he digs that fucking thing in, man. I've got like big holes, right? So it's not as if I've got like wee tiny holes, or I've got cauliflower ears where he's trying to wangle his way in. He just digs it in like he's trying to dig a hole.
He's so funny, but at the same time, like, he's like your boss.
Aye. Yeah,
it's like
he tells me what to do.
You have to do what Lee says, and that's...
I've told this before, where I told him, I'm like, nah, I'm getting it.
Aye.
I'm like, I'm getting it. And he's like, no, you're not. And I was like, no, I'm. And he's like, no, you're not. You're staying in there for another 40 minutes. And I was like, no, I'm getting it. And he's like, no, you're not. And I was like, you're right, I'm staying in there.
I've seen him have to stand up to you before. And
he doesn't take any of my shit.
I remember once you had wanted to eat something or something like that.
Was it hot sauce or a salad or something?
We had trained, and you were like, well, that's not enough. And he was like, well, I'm telling you, it is enough. And I remember just sitting there and thinking, fucking hell, are we going to get an actual, like...
It's shit.
At what point am I going to stand up and go, right guys, that's enough?
At the end of the day, he's got a job to do and he's under pressure to get you on weight.
Because if I miss weight, who's that on?
And let's know, he is under pressure. He puts a lot of pressure on himself, and it's very important to him that he does the best job he can. And that, for me, is the difference with Lee. You can see that to him, you will make weight. I will produce results here, eh? And he's... You've never even come close to missing it. No.
It's still rough.
There's a bit as well where you're in like the sauna blanket, and I think the bits in it where it's like, this is like fucking burning.
Aye.
And we had to turn it down, and then there's a wee bit later on and you're like, right Lee, you can turn that back up if you want. He's like, I have been.
Aye.
So he's the boss.
Aye, he
is the boss. And it's so unusual because you
see when I say, can I get my arm out? And he goes, no.
But you think he is having like a boss, and it's not really.
We've got a lot of people to answer to. Like, we answer to Jimmy, we answer to James Doolan for a higher level, we answer to your training partner.
Aye, it's that I feel like that's more of a respect based rather than just like I've had jobs before where there's the person in charge, it's like the owner's fucking pal and stuff like that, and you're like, this is dog shit. Like, or like I've worked at pubs before where the manager's a lassie who the manager of the chain was riding.
Is beefing. And
so she's now telling you what to do. And she's like 18-year-old. No, those guys need to stay. No. Like, it's awful.
So that's part one you've done, Craig?
Aye, that's part one.
Part two will be when?
Part two, that'll be hopefully next week at some point.
So this is the Thursday.
This is up until Thursday night. So we've still got footage for your Friday morning weight cut, the weigh-in, and then a wee bit tying in with.
Cool.
What did you think of the random conversations between the lads and stuff like that? They're like bizarre sometimes.
I think that's like in the video as well. Like, see the bit where
we're talking about Mongos.
Aye, when it's just using their Mongo. Exactly. Like, I think for me, when I'm watching stuff, that's more the kind of stuff I want to see as well. Because people just put out, fighters as well, I suppose, put out just, here's a training video, here's a video of me in the gym, here's another video of me in the gym, here I'm hitting pads, and you don't get to see like that side.
Currently, we've got a few irons in the fire. We've got something brewing in the background, and hopefully within the next next few weeks, we will be able to get this out and running. And we're trying a few things with the live. So we've got a few things that we're working on to make the podcast better, because that's all we want to do is make this podcast better and better.
And I don't know if it's just because we are so accustomed to spending time in the gym, so it's very normal for us. But when I see fighters posting gym stuff and gym videos, I'm not particularly interested in that. I'm more interested in like, what do you do with your friends? Like, are you a family guy? Are you like are you out with the kids? Are you doing where do you go with your kids? Like, I want to see the more
everyday things rather than the gym things.
But because I'm familiar with fighters, I know how
you know what it's like in the gym.
So that to me is quite normal. It's the other like normal family life. That's the side I'm interested in, because I struggle with it. Like everybody finds it hard today, I think.
Have we got a few people watching?
Aye, so there's someone that's asking, just speaking about being in Vegas and way the Clancy's and stuff like that, and Stevie Ray's promotion has announced that Stephen Clancy's actually going to be the main event.
Is he?
For that event in July.
Good on him. He's.
I'm
I'm excited for him. We'll be obviously commentating that. Am I right?
Aye, when is it?
July.
July.
Aye.
Adam, I hate June.
Did Stevie ask you?
No, that was the bare knuckle thing. We got asked to comment on the bare knuckle.
I think we'll do both.
Aye, let's do both.
Stevie Ray's definitely asked me to do the commentary for this.
Probably. I like Stevie Ray.
So we'll do it as a...
He's for Fife. Forget what I said about the Fifers.
Is it up Fife? Is it a show on Fife?
Guaranteed to be in Fife.
Or is that going to change
That
your mind?
could be a deal breaker.
I know.
Can he go north of the bridge?
I can't. Not been for a while.
It is in Glenrothes
Glenrothes.
on the 26th of July.
It's like Fife, but a wee bit.
Glenroves. I used to live in Glenrothes with my mate, Ryan Road. What a place. Tip.
Aye, so we'll be there. We're commentating on the Clancy fight. I'm sure there'll be another few higher level boys on there. I'm sure there'll be a few Braveheart boys, what Stevie's gym is called.
Let's hope my fight goes well at the end of June. I'll fight on it.
Oh, aye. That'd be
Okay.
pretty fun. Guys, Anaconda time. You know, if you're suffering for any sort of injury, Anaconda's the place to go. We wouldn't sell you some that we thought was shit, and Anaconda is definitely not shit. We believe that it'll help you get back on the mat a lot sooner than you would have if you didn't have this support. They have these straps, so they support the joint massively, and it'll help you to recover so much better. Ross, where do we find Anaconda?
You get them at anacondafightwear.co. We also have any two braces for $59. That's mix and match on those braces, apart from the Knee Recovery Pro, which is the new one.
This is brand new.
So
This is something that is definitely going to help you. This uses heat. Am I right in saying it uses heat? It uses heat, it uses compression, support to make the knee a better place to recover. So it's just going to give you all the things that can help it.
and we'll even massage it for you.
Does it get massage as well?
It does. Can massage it.
Listen, it doesn't matter if you're needing support, it doesn't matter if you want recovery through a knee brace pad. Anaconda's got your back. Not only that, they've got kit as well. So if you want to freshen up your actual gym attire with rash guards or new shorts, Anaconda's got you there. And as you say, Ross, what's the deal we've got in there?
Leather 10 at the checkout for 10% off. Patreon subscribers to the podcast get free UK next day delivery, and they have next day UK delivery, but at a cost, unless you subscribe to our Patreon.
Makes sense. Don't suffer in silence. Anaconda's your guy. Thank us anytime you see us.
John Jones and Tom Aspinall. It seems like it's coming to a head, and people are like
I've seen
having
a
more
lot of things
conversation
about
it.
Aspinall versus
Can.
Cyril.
So there's a petition right now to strip John Jones.
Do you think Dana White gives a fuck about petitions?
I don't think he cares, no, but it's
Dana White
at
doesn't care.
100k
Is that how many?
100k signatures, and Tom's been tweeting. I've got all these tweets here. So someone says, enjoying your last days champ before being stripped. Lol, do I come across as the type of person who cares about things like that? You're barking up the wrong tree. I told the UFC my plans a long time ago. I have no clue why they haven't shared them with you guys yet. Then someone says, so are you fighting again or not? You are the current champion of the division. Then he says, not a bad idea. So he's given mixed signals here. So like one breath it's like, I'm done. And then most recently says, I don't know if I want to call it retired. I feel like I'll always have an ability to pop out and show him. So he's sending mixed messages. And Tom Aspinall put out a thing on Monday saying that he's got heavyweight news incoming. And whatever that news is, it's coming today. So this could be out. This will probably be outdated by the time this episode comes out.
How horrible is it for Tom Aspinall?
Terrifying, mate.
As the best fighter in the heavyweight division, it's fucking horrible for him.
He could have fought 3 times by now.
Oh, he could have
since his last fight.
made himself money.
Wanted to. This is the thing. He wants to do that. John Jones, for a while now, right? Everyone thinks John Jones is an idiot. John Jones has controlled the MMA narrative for probably over a year now. Like, he decides what gets talked about. He decides who gets talked about. And he did this with Stipe. Like, the Stipe heavyweight title fight. He took all the media away from Stipe and put it on him. And any time the media looked like moving on to Stipe, he shifted it onto Pereira and then took it away from Pereira and back to himself.
He's good at controlling.
Everyone thinks he's a fucking idiot, and I don't doubt he's out in Thailand being a banger. I'm certain of it. Like,
talking about being a banger in Thailand, Did you see Diaz is no longer
Fighting with these Russian cunts, man.
He's
He's in
Yeah,
Thailand.
You get too fond of the
I don't
the
judge.
women do with the cocks. You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
judge what Adam does out there, so long as he does it safely. I don't know.
Get the test. Get the test, bro.
So that guy's attacked a couple of people now. This same person who initially attacked Nate Diaz. He
bit
seems,
shit, innit?
he seems to have a bit of
These
reputation for this.
Russians are bangers, man.
They are.
So is it Russian, like, off-brand Ultimate Fighter, but is it filmed in Thailand?
Yes.
Yes.
It's an odd setup, innit?
Very.
And then the last season, I'm sure they were meant to have, like, Marab
Jan
and
and
and Jan, and then I think it was Marab pulled out or something, or maybe the UFC's told him no.
Marab told, UFC told Marab he wasn't. They told Dana White and he went, really? And then just...
So what, were they meant to fight?
No, I think they just coach against each other on it, but I don't know how. Oh, I get it's John Jones, and John Jones can
Do what the fuck you
do
want.
what he wants, but I think it's just wild that this
And Nate Diaz is
Russian
an
Ultimate
employee
Fighter.
For
Exactly.
the UFC. So he can go to anything he likes. He's not employed by UFC.
Would you say that an off-brand Russian Ultimate Fighter, where people are scrapping with the coaches, is probably better than the official Ultimate Fighter?
No.
I would think so, aye. Aye.
Nah, I didn't. Because it's... what have you got to do to get on it? Just be a BAM.
No,
Aye,
I
but
think you
that's-
have to have a
but
good
that's good.
record and all that kind of stuff. But I think the wild thing is going to be the fact that these guys are doing what the fuck they want because they're Russian.
Aye,
They get
and
away
even
with
if you do just need to be a BAM to get on, surely that makes for better watching.
it. Let me bang, bro.
Aye.
Everybody remembers that line.
Mate, he got fucking set about not that long ago by Mike Perry, eh?
Did he?
At the bare knuckle.
Oh, at the bare knuckle, aye, aye.
He came up and tried to fucking square up to him. Mike Perry went, no bother. Had these headphones.
Let me bang, bro.
Stormed into him.
But you remember these guys in the Ultimate Fighter, the guys that are fucking bangers. Remember the guy that's asking
Chris
to get
Lehman.
knocked out? He's like, punch me, man, I can't get knocked out. And they fucking scalp him and he just goes wrong.
Tony Ferguson, he was on it as well, wasn't he? In fact, Nate Diaz, did he not come up for it?
Nate
Won
Diaz
that-
won it as
when
well.
he
Aye.
Fucking triangle and middle finger, that was that one, wasn't it? Aye.
Bisping's won it as well.
So he has. Aye. There's a good bit in his book about it. You read Bisping's book?
A while ago.
He'd got an injury and they were taking him to the hospital and he'd had no, like, he had to go and get a scan or something. And he hadn't spoke to anyone outside the house. And he said he could remember, like, his landline number. So he said to the taxi driver who was taking him for the scan, he goes, "Give the phone." Fucking phoned his wife and he went, "I need to be quick, but I've made it to the final. Like, I've made some fucking money, eh?"
Aye, people probably don't know that, but they're not allowed contact with outside. Danny had sort of touched on it because he went out there with Martin Delaney, who was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Rough,
And if you're in there for 6 to 8 weeks, then you're in there and you've got no contact to the outside world. Wild.
That's hard.
I know.
That is very, very hard. Especially with kids in the house. Like, you could live without talking to your missus for 8 weeks, eh? But
Just a loving relationship you've got. Eh?
aye, I mean, she knows how it is.
I love you, baby. I love you, baby.
Aye.
I would talk to you for 8 weeks.
But he's 8 weeks off for you. Do you know what I mean? Get 8 weeks of no being moaned.
So, Jimmy Jones, right now, is the fight happening? We've asked this question
What's your gut feeling?
every 2 weeks.
I still want to say yes, but I know that's probably been optimistic.
Nah, I don't think it's happening.
And that's been hopeful.
Nah. I think this is like the Conor McGregor factor. It's like,
We're there
will
now.
Conor McGregor fight? Nah. Will John Jones fight Tom Aspinall? Nah.
Why would he bother, mate?
He doesn't want to tarnish
doesn't
his
want
record.
to,
He's the
man.
greatest of all time.
Say he doesn't, right? Say he's like, all right, I'm retired. I think it's like the middle of August, right? And he becomes the longest reigning heavyweight champion ever. So he's going to be the longest reigning heavyweight champion ever because if you're that close, he's just going to ride that out so he can have that.
And what was it? 2 fights at heavyweight?
Two fights, aye, one
Sealgate
title defence, aye.
and your
Stipe.
man Stipe.
Say he does retire and we move on. Tom's undisputed, fights Gan, fights Volkov, gets all these title defences, and then people start being like, well, he's the greatest heavyweight of all time. He could be the greatest fighter of all time. Does then John Jones start trying to worm his way back in?
I don't know. I think for me, Jones is still the man. Look at Jones's rap sheet. Doesn't matter what age they were. Doesn't matter when he beat them or how he beat them. You think about beating people like Machida, beating people like Shogun Rua, Rampage Jackson. You look at the names of what he's like. These are all household names in the world that MMA. When you think about who
The guys we came up watching.
you think about who Tom's fought, has Tom fought any household names?
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. But in the future, say
He can
he
clear that
become,
division.
aye, he could very
I know
easily
what you
become the
mean,
greatest heavyweight of all time,
At this
and that
moment
could
today,
niggle at John Jones.
The standard MMA fan, how many will know a heavyweight out with Tom Aspinall and not John Jones?
Probably
I'll tell you
not a lot.
now, how many people know that DC was heavyweight and light heavyweight champion? Nobody knows that. It's like we know, but do you think people know that the guy on the commentary team was heavyweight and light heavyweight champion?
Till fucking John Jones.
I doubt they
hands
know
on him.
that. They'd be like, name 3 people that DC fought and you can't say John Jones. People will be like, he fought Stipe.
He beat Gustafsson, didn't he?
And
Done that big high crotch and fucking.
and Rumble Johnson. Like, and do people remember who he is? Like, I know he's passed away now. I'm not giving him a hard
So,
time.
who do you think's got a better rap sheet? And we're talking about the greatest of all time. Who do you think's got a better rap sheet?
What,
than
between who?
John Jones. I don't think there's anybody that's got a better rap sheet than John Jones. Currently sits right now, and I don't think the way the heavyweight is sitting at the moment, I don't think there's names that people.
No, I would agree
Do
with
you know what I'm
that.
saying? Like
Aye.
Rampage Jackson was in movies. Rampage Jackson had these viral moments. He's got an amazing podcast. There's nobody like that now. So
I
there's no
think they have
Rampage
to
Jackson.
remember the person. I think for the world of MMA, being the good guy who goes to church on a Sunday and all that doesn't work.
Can you pull up John Jones's Sheerdog just to have a look at the who's who?
The
Because
people-
he's beat.
Aye,
And I like Tom Aspinall for me will be the GOAT.
he will be. His
But-
day will come.
I think it's names. I think names are going to be the
So Stipe, Cyril,
like so Stipe, what the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Finish Santos, finish Reyes. Like Reyes is finally sort of.
They're both decisions.
Think about Gustafsson.
Why does that matter?
Because I thought you just said finished.
Well, sorry, finished. I apologise. I should have worded that differently. He beat them.
Gustafsson goes down as one of the greatest fights of his career. Daniel Cormier at that back and
OSP.
forward.
That was his first fight back after a long layoff as well. He gets a lot of grief for the OSP
Chael
fight.
Sonnen, massive in the world of MMA. Vitor Belfort, everybody knows who TRT Vitor is.
Rashad.
Jackson, Shua, Bader. It's the who's who.
Bader, aye. Bader as well when he was young there.
Steph Bonner. Like, look at that list. It just keeps going. Mark Hamill. Is that who that was?
Aye, that was the DQ loss.
Aye.
Which would not be a loss now. Why'll do.
So you know what I'm saying when it comes to like, it's a fucking sheet of who's who. It's like,
Done
I
a bit.
think, see if you look at Anderson Silva, I think he probably might come close to it.
Do you know what I think fucks Anderson Silva though?
He
The
got
run of losses at the end. Oh no, I'm not bothered about the drug
you
use.
don't care about drugs. It wasn't drugs, was it? It was dick pills on it he was taking.
No, mind they did.
Allegedly, gas station dick pills. Aye. Did John Jones not use the same excuse as well?
But do you not remember
No, it was
when they did
picograms, wasn't it?
Do you not remember when they did the UFC cribs thing? And he took them into the cupboard and then the camera pans round and there's boxes of growth hormone on the shelf. You can
Is there?
see it clear as day. Aye, like it's not even, it's like right there on the shelf. I was like, oh, you can't look at that. Why you got that, bro, in your shoe cupboard?
So I just think that's what I think. That's
Me,
what I think.
I need to sit up.
Aye,
Sorry,
you
am I
just slid out of
slumping,
view of the
mate?
camera. Aye,
I'm
pretty
just-
bad.
Any
so tired.
questions coming in? Any questions for the guys?
Well, I've got some Discord questions if you want to answer them.
Do you G for claims? Guys, involved in a non-fault accident, you know the place to go. It's G4 Claims. They will handle your whole claim. They'll make sure you get a courtesy car. They will make sure that they give you 100% of your claim as long as you've been involved in a non-fault accident. They will also support you if you've been involved in an accident and maybe you're not the driver, you're a passenger in a taxi or a passenger in the bus. G4 Claims has got your back. Don't suffer. Ross, give me the details.
You can get them at 01698 767 172 or on WhatsApp if you don't want to talk to someone. You can walk right in the door and speak to them. You can get them at notatfaultclaim.com or you can get any of these links in our description.
It makes sense. Involved in an all-fault accident, the only place the Leathered Boys is telling you to go is G4 Claims. If you have used the service before, you'll know exactly what it's about. So guys, G4 is the place to go.
We can save them.
We've got UFC in 2 weeks, innit?
This weekend.
Is it this weekend? Do you want to do a wee touch on that and then we can jump over to Patreon? Aaron Blanchfield versus Macy Barber.
Big Macy.
Who are you going for?
Aaron.
Aaron? I don't know enough about, like, it's probably me, my ignorance. I just don't watch enough female MMA
There's a lot to watch. That's the
to
other
make
issue.
a decision who's going to win.
There
I
are
think,
also, to kind of put it diplomatically,
Shane,
there are more interesting divisions than women's flyweight. And
Good to see them headlining.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is, of course.
Is there MD on this card? Because it's a fight night. It's a Apex fight night, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there MD on this card that gets your plums pumping?
Paul Craig would have if this was the date that he got
31st,
rescheduled
that's
to.
right. This was one of the
Yeah.
dates.
Is that something that we've released already? No, was that?
Aye,
I think we said that they'd
dropped-
offered
Did we
it to
speak
you.
openly about that?
So they offered us the 31st, then they offered us Newark. They were the 2 dates they offered us. Just with how it was going, it wasn't really working for us. Can you pull up that card again, just so I can have a wee gander? Who else we got?
I like a bit of Gamrot though.
This is some strange matchmaking, I think. Gamrot and Klein. So I'll bring it up here.
Aye.
Gamrot, he's number 7. Klein is unranked. Gamrot obviously get wins over like Dan Hooker, Arman, Fiziev, RDA. Ludovic Klein, he's on a 7-fight undefeated streak. One of them's a draw with Jai Herbert, but none of them are ranked fighters. Which, okay, if he was finishing people out and blasting them in the first round,
You give him a
give him the
top
push.
7, aye.
Only one of those fights out of that 7 streak has ended in a finish.
Is there
So I don't get why they're pushing him.
is there a beef?
Is it-
Is there something,
Is it maybe Gamrot? They're like, great, we're going to use him.
or has he maybe done?
But I don't get why, because he's beat Arman. Arman's like consensus number 1, number 2 guy.
Mhm.
This guy's got a win over him. He's coming off a loss to Dan Hooker, but Hooker's
Dan Hooker's a
a good
beast.
guy, aye.
Aye.
So I don't understand if this is like a punishment for anything. What,
Or maybe,
what for?
maybe they're just wanting Gamrot to smash him, and then they can then start pushing him into the top 5 again. Maybe, like, we don't know what their plans are, but the UFC plans never ever go the way they want them to.
A lot of fighters in that weight category as well. A lot of guys to get matched up now. This is, I saw actually a stat the other day about the lightweight division. The number of fighters they've got, I couldn't believe it. And then when you compare it to heavyweight, who's got like maybe 30 guys. And then I think, I didn't want to say the actual number, but I could not believe how many lightweight fighters they had signed. I was like, that's wild.
Who else you got?
There's not that many. Oban Elliott was meant to be on this card.
That's right.
He was meant to be fighting this guy, Ramiz Brahimaj, but he's got him and a Korean guy. They both had visa issues, like their visas weren't getting approved on time. So what they've done is they've took both of them off the card. Their opponents are going to fight each other, and Oban's going to fight the Korean guy in Azerbaijan in 2-3 weeks' time.
That'll be great.
Aye.
Nice wee Azerbaijan trip.
Billy Ray Goff, what a name.
I like wee Billy Ray.
But aye,
Dustin Jacoby.
there's not much else on this card.
Dustin Jacoby.
Big Macy.
Aye.
Hey, who's she? Oh, hey.
But one,
Well, what's the
Santos.
Leonardo DiCaprio one? And then fucking...
Is that Alice
Ardaleen.
Ardeline?
Aye, the further away telly's maybe doing us some favours for you. there.
I need my glasses on.
Show me the Ginger one.
Is she Ginger? I thought she was
No,
just
no, the other one.
this
They're
one.
the Brazilian
she
girl.
looks a bit young. That's a fucking fine head of locks. Is that real Ginger? Is she one of the...
She could be of European descent, by the way.
Well, it's looking like it is. Ginger.
And also she's called Rayanne, which is like...
Has she got an OnlyFans?
She seems nice.
Aye.
Hope she does good. Aye.
Yes.
All the best to her.
She's the leather pick of the week.
Podcast pick of the week. All the best to Rayanne.
I thought you said pig of the week. I was like, yep, she is a pig.
No, there's one further up for that.
Aye, right, let's see. Let's see. Who.
Craig already knows what I'm talking about. Hey, stop.
Is that Macy
That's a shame, man.
Chasson?
She is on.
She is on. If you had to say what sex she was interested in, what would
I'm
it
talking lesbian.
Bang on the money.
Right, that's this week's UFC card breakdown.
What a breakdown day. In depth.
Bye, that's all the
The
MMA
you
we've
might
got.
do one question before we go to the Patreon.
Mm-hmm. So we can do we'll do Craig. What's the biggest lie you've ever told? Ross, you've probably got a million for different jobs that you've been sacked from.
Is it love you?
How dare you? I was never there, man. I was never there. It's probably the biggest lie I've ever told. In the workplace. Don't know, because I've been caught doing everything you can get caught doing at work.
Like red-handed, like that you can't even lie about it. You just
I'll
need
still lie, mate. Even if mate, this is the CCTV, it's clearly you. No, how did that guy does not even look like me?
I'm trying to think of the biggest.
What are you talking about?
I did write in my. I did write like see the first sign for the UFC. They asked me what style I fight in, and I said kung fu.
Kung fu, mate. I remember
I think
you used
that's
to
like
say that.
that's listed in your typology style.
You got announced that. It's like this man is a kung fu fighter. I used to love that.
Why
no?
I thought it'd be funny.
Aye.
And then people started asking me. It's like really good to see a kung fu martial artist make it to the UFC.
Aye, look,
Foundation style kung fu.
Right, fucking true. Still true to this day.
Excellent. Aye.
So was that just for fun?
Just for shits and giggles. Aye.
I've been caught red-handed at work doing a few like fucking bad ones and still just sit like. I got accused once of stealing stuff. And
I got accused.
Aye.
Right.
And it was like, there was nobody else it could have been. And I was just like, nope, not me.
But that's just like denying.
Aye.
Has there ever been a complete fabrication that you've made up?
And got away with?
Yes.
Aye, loads.
We were did you
For
hear
10 trials, mate.
Did you hear the
For 10 trials.
Did you hear the story we were talking about at the end of the gym? We'll not name any names, but there's somebody, I don't know how to word this, but there was somebody, Kieran Reid was telling us about, he used to train with a guy who was pumping blood on his missus' bed, and bust his banjo string. Remember we were talking about it? Right, bust his banjo string.
Terrible injury.
Place was covered in blood, right? And like the bed was covered in blood, and his missus like, what happened? And he told the missus that one of the guy's knee slice, done like a knee slice pass, and bust his banjo string during jiu-jitsu. So doing a jiu-jitsu move where you slide the knee across the thigh, caught his cock, bust his banjo string, and the wife believed him.
Was the story that they were doing jiu-jitsu on the bed?
No. The story was it happened in the gym, but it kept snapping.
Horrendous injury, by the way.
So
Has
the guy was just going hell for leather and just bust his string. And then he had to get the boys on in the gym to be like, aye, we fucking bust his banjo string.
These
in the
things
gym.
happen.
Funny bit.
That's a good one.
Boys will be boys.
Guy just nailing a bird in a bed, blood everywhere, and then he's like, "Hi, my banjo string bust." I was like, "Why would you not just say you were jerking it too hard?"
I know.
I had a couple of coffees and just got a bit fucking.
Just got carried away. Next thing I know,
Aye.
accidents happen.
Does it like reattach?
No, that's
it. It's a one and done.
It's just like scar tissue's over. What's he mean?
What is yours?
Yeah, he's fucked up. Like
that takes us to another level, doesn't it? That's not even Patreon. That's OnlyFans.
Aye, that's
hey, I've got the shorts.
Aye, so Kung Fu Fighter. That's probably a good one.
that's a good one. Seeing as that's stood the test of time.
Aye.
Aye.
I don't think Bruce Buffer introduced me to a Kung Fu Fighter.
I promise you he did.
No, he has in the past, but I don't know if he still does.
I don't know if he does that for anyone now. Actually, you know, does he?
Does
he still?
I don't actually. Now that I kind of think. I don't think he maybe does.
Doesn't he? It's like fighting.
But I do remember the first fight, him introducing me as Paul 𝗟𝗘𝗥'', fighting out of Coatbridge, Scotland. This man is a kung fu fighter, and I'm like,
it was good.
obviously, I'm a kung fu fighter.
Aye. And now it's just sort of. Where'd you get announced out to now? Coatbridge still?
Hey, I'm not sure.
Or Bathgate?
I think it's still Coatbridge.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never stayed in Coatbridge in my life.
They announced you out at Coatbridge though.
Gonna have to fucking sort it out. Brucey boys, Airdrie.
Speak to Bruce. He's the man. What would they do after Bruce, eh?
Well,
like, how do you
get Julian Marquez. What's his name? Marquez. What's his first name?
I know who you mean. The big
Joe.
bald guy.
Joe Marquez. I mean, he's hilarious, by the way. I actually think he's quite funny as a guy.
It's Bruce. Bruce is iconic because it's like taking Rogan off the commentary. Eh?
Well,
I know that's happening more and more now.
His guy, it's happening. Does he want to go to Canada, does he?
I think this is just Rogan's own personal choice that he doesn't do.
Doesn't he do any comedy shows in Canada?
He doesn't do anything that's not a pay-per-view not in the US. So he only does US pay-per-views. He'll not do a fight night. He'll not do anything international. That's it.
Canada's because the COVID thing, what they did to the truckers and that.
What did they do to the trucks?
So like the truckers weren't allowed, Canadian truckers weren't allowed to cross into the USA unless they'd had the COVID vaccine.
Oh, that's bullshit.
And so he was like, well, you shouldn't be, well, they protested and then the Canadian government shut down their bank accounts. Imagine doing that to citizens, eh? You should honestly be guillotined for that. Should fucking drag them at the Toon Square and cut their heads off. Like, imagine doing that to people who for protesting. What were allowed to do that one? Not, they weren't like rioting. They were just parking the lorries on the motorway, just blocking the motorways up.
No, like, right, cool.
And then they went, that's funny, eh? And then shut down all their bank accounts. Horrific, mate. Wild you can do that.
That's tough.
Outrageous. So, weird. Canada's a weird place, eh? You seen all this stuff with the assisted dying and that now? Under 18s can get it without their parents' consent. Mental.
Surely they have to.
No.
Nah, there needs to be something.
Of course, there needs to be.
No, I mean, that
brought
can't
it
be
through.
right.
It's Google it, mate.
I
promise you. I promise you.
There must be stringent.
It's called MAID. It's like MAID, Canada Assisted Dying, and it's under 18s, mate. They're calling them mature adults. Mature minors, that's it, sorry. They're a very top one.
Is that a reputable source?
Currently, individuals younger than 18 are legally permitted to access assisted death in the Netherlands and Belgium, but not in Canada.
Not in Canada.
Not Canada.
Never run, mate. But surely there will be like criteria they have to fulfill.
You can't just let a fucking
Minor be like,
a
my mom's
16-year-old.
grounded me. Hope I die, you bitch.
Fuck, I wish I'd turned up to them.
Exams are nearly finished for the old kids in school.
They're about to go. That's my son on his S3 timetable now. For fucking, I know. What's to be done?
Right. On that note, we're going to bring something to Patreon. As always, guys, keep it high, and we'll see you on
over
Patreon.
there. Bye.